Hello, everyone. Good afternoon. How are you all? So, I am Dr. Rao Kulusu. I'm a physician, informatician, and yogi. Now, currently CEO and Chief Wellness Officer of PAW, which is an online wellness resource. I kind of practice and teach proactive wellness. See, so some people have questions about it and they do communicate through DM, which is fine. You could continue to do so. I don't mind answering them. Uh, but I want to do a room on this. Potential questions may come up from you, or I want to give you general um, idea about what this is all about. Um, I compiled the questions that I got from some people, and I thought the answers I gave can be compiled into a good composition or summary. Okay. A lot of people ask me, what exactly is proactive wellness? That's a question of, you say, proactive wellness is not about treating illness. It's about cultivating wholeness. It means taking responsibility for your inner and outer ecosystems before disease appears. Through balanced diet, mindful exercise, deep rest, and inner awareness. They strengthen the terrain of health. It is the difference between repairing a roof in the rain versus maintaining it in sunlight. That's a good way of to really reflect on that. Okay, think about that. Then the second question I usually get is, how does stress affect our physical health? Very common question, right? So stress is not just in the mind, it is the chemistry too. So what it does is the stress triggers cortisol surges. There are moments when you really have this cortisol raising up suddenly. And also gut inflammation, it increases, and immune imbalance. All these things are mediated upon triggering the stress response, right? So ancient wisdom that teaches us that when the mind quiets, the body heals itself. That's why I said move your body, keep your mind quiet, unless it is needed. A simple practice is pause, breathe deeply, and exhale with awareness. Pause, breathe deeply, and exhale with awareness. Okay, that would reduce the stress a lot throughout the day. Okay, each exhalation resets resets the nervous system from fight or flight of the sympathetic into rest and restore. That is the parasympathetic nervous system activation. Deep breathing does that. I just want to be that much for now, but if detailed answer we can discuss. Okay. Now, third question is, how can busy professionals integrate wellness into their workday? This is something very much in my coaching on the burnout or stressed out IT employees or any of the company leaders that are really stressed out. Okay, so you don't need to escape from work to find wellness. So that's my biggest thing. Okay, bring your awareness into your work, right? Practice micro wellness movements like a 3 breath pause before meetings, which I do, stretching while walking, okay, or eating with gratitude. So you can do these things while you are at work too. So awareness turns ordinary minutes into mindful medicine. So you have to be mindful about it. You have to remember, you have to bring them as a practice. You club them with, for example, you are having a meeting Pause. Take 3 deep breaths. You have to remember mindfully and do that. And you are walking, then stretch with your hands going outward, back, forward, like that. And when you sit for a meal, remember to be grateful for the people responsible to bring the meal to you. So those kind of things, okay? Awareness. You are aware these things will help me, you remember them actively and you're doing them, then that turns the ordinary minutes, otherwise they will slip by, into mindful medicine. Okay? So what is the difference between being healthy and being well? This is a very common question too. So health is the absence of disease. Wellness is presence of the harmony. A person can have normal lab values yet feels empty. True wellness aligns the body's vitality. That's a big deal in the yoga and other places. Vitality of everything. The mind's clarity and the heart's compassion. When these three sing in tune, number one is the vitality in the body, number two is the clarity in the mind, number three is the compassion in the heart. Vitality, clarity, compassion. When they are in tune, that is wholeness. Okay, so the last question I'll present today is the fifth question. How can we use food as medicine? In Ayurveda, food is considered prana, that is, living intelligence that comes into us, animates us, and then gives us life and all that, right? So, if you use colorful, seasonal, and fresh foods and eating them slowly and consciously, that is really increases the prana within you. Okay, your gut is your second brain. Feed it calmness, not chaos. Okay, eat with awareness, digest with gratitude, and you will heal without prescriptions. So food is that important. I only touched this surface of what the philosophical background and the knowledge, the experience of the past, and all that uh, rendered into wisdom that we can apply in daily life so that we are practicing proactive wellness. Hopefully, you have some questions for me. If you have, send me by DM or come up here and ask me, no problem. So I mean to do this rooms because there are so many other questions that I usually get, but I only dealt with 5 of them here, just for the time's sake. But I will be continuing them as we go on with other days that we could uh, do these rooms, okay, in sequence. Okay, so why I started this proactive wellness was there was a time when I was practicing medical practice, scientific medicine, internal medicine. We had very little room for the preventive medicine in the teaching. They taught us how you can identify a disease in people and how you can treat them. So our whole attention was somebody who is already ill and we have to fix it. But then they went outside after they were fixed and then they came back. Sometimes people came within a day, within an hour, within a week, within a month, whatever, right? So they were not practicing this proactive wellness I talked about. They were not eating properly. They were not exercising properly. They were not sleeping properly. And they were not keeping their mind in a way that is going to be their friend rather than enemy, right? The consequence of us, the people were suffering from chronic diseases, or diseases that were not completely cured because we were only treating the symptoms as they present. So I was very frustrated to see the same people suffering from the same thing again and again, right? So as a physician, I adopted a saying called, come to us, we're going to fix your illness as you present us with the illness, but we'll also teach you how to find out the reasons for it, if at all there are any reasons. Suppose you are eating bad food, how can we correct that? Suppose you are not moving from the chair and you're living a sedentary life, how can you move your body within the workspace itself and also do simple exercises and functional fitness that can restore your health? How can you sleep better, quality sleep? How can you calm your mind? These are the four pillars I always focus on. But different people have different things they do right, different things they don't do right because they have not paid attention to them, or they have not educated themselves about it, or they don't have that kind of routines in their family, in their society, in their culture, right? I mean, this is a broad category, but many people came because they are having symptoms, they are suffering, and they had to seek the help. And then we diagnose, so we kind of find out what's wrong and fix that. But also, we tell them if you continue to drink, then alcoholism will get to you. If you continue to smoke, that will get to you. If you continue to be sedentary, that will be there. If you are eating mindlessly, that also does that. So, that kind of thing. So, I always said we're going to go to the roots of your disease and try to help you to overcome that, to overcome the bad habits that you may have cultivated unknowingly. So people took responsibility for their health and wellness and were able to go to their lifestyles and change them, right? That takes a long time. That takes a lot of strong will and all that. But we were able to do that, and people were able to do that too. So that's how it started in 1997 when I established my own clinic. And I ran the clinic till 2019. And then I sold that clinic off. Then I established an online um, company called PAW, which is the wholeness company, which really caters to your wellness, education, and inspiration, and tools to be well to prevent your lifestyles that are causing problems for you. Out of that, this proactive wellness came up because I want people to be well ahead of their illness and not even give a chance to develop and take over the people. Okay, that is the purpose I'm doing this, and there is a historical evidence of the ancients being well and lived long, and also they lived in joy, not in the misery like our modern people are. So they had a calm mind, they had a focused mind, they had balance in the body, mind, and spirit. So I was really focusing on having a body that is strong and flexible, and exercise is a big part of that, and eating very important, and also allowing the mind to be quiet so that the body heals, and resting and sleeping so that our body is detoxified naturally, right? So a lot of people sleep, but they don't sleep deep enough. Okay, so I teach that too. And then it also happened that people wanted to come and do some sessions with me. So I kind of started proactive wellness hub or workshop in the middle of the month. Last month I was busy, I could not do it, but I will try to do this month at least. I will announce in a couple of days what kind of weekend convenience is. Maybe the last weekend, we'll see. Okay, so these questions that you can ask me here, or you can come to the weekend class and then present them there. Then you'll know more about it. By knowing more about it, you can apply to your life, to your family's life, and see whether anybody is practicing this kind of wellness practices so that you don't have to go to the doctors and hospitals that quickly. You can go when you need it, but you can save a lot of money and a lot of suffering. You can save the time, energy, and also the money. Okay, so this is a service I wanted to provide, bring my medical experiences, bring my understanding from the ancient wisdom, and incorporate them together so that you'll have a life that is full of joy, happiness, health. Okay. If you don't have the health, you cannot really be happy and joyful, and you want to take care of that, right? So that's about it. And I've only dealt only 5 questions. There are 30 questions I complete. I will do each time maybe 5 questions. And if you have any questions, send it to me or come up here and talk to me about it. Okay. Anybody has any questions? First of all, think on these lines. How is it that to be not to have any illness, or overcome the illness I have, or really even the illness is there, it is not so intense that it can produce a lot of complications to me, so I can escape the complications. You have diabetes, for example, you don't have any insulin, you are on insulin, but you can take measures to prevent organ damage. See, you can stage any stage you are. If you are young, you don't have any problems, that's good. We'll show you how to maintain that through the old age, not just the young middle age only. And also, if you are a older person, have several chronic diseases established in you, how can you make them less intense? How can you make them not to bother your lifestyle or what you want to do? Okay. So that is my message, and that is what I want to service to people in their own, you know, problems. And that gives me a lot of satisfaction because many people, once they discover this concept of proactive wellness, they kind of change their lifestyles on their own. And they do enjoy life that is devoid of going to a nursing home, going to a hospital, going to a clinic. These are much less. And also, they have more energy, more suppleness, more strength in the body so that they can do what they are trying to do. And also spend more time with their loved ones and have a good experience of the life. Okay, it's not about doing. It's about being well, being. Okay, thank you. And anybody wants to come up, I'll be staying there for another minute or so. Otherwise, we will do more questions in the next session when I come on this. Like that. It will be a brief sessions, 20 to 30 minutes. And if questions are there, I may extend up to 45 minutes. Otherwise, I will come and present some of the questions that I get, and then you can listen to them and make your own conclusions and come and attend my weekend retreat like classes, online maybe. But then I call them kind of a retreat like, because you have to step back from whatever lifestyles you have and then really consider whether they are good or not. Examine them, learn from that, and then correct yourself, and then you will be healthy for the longer time. Okay. Thank you, and I'll see you again later. Bye bye.